Hi Stampers, it's Gigi with StampFUNatics, and I have another great new bundle that I wanted to share with you. This will become available on January 5th, just in a couple days. It's called Country Bouquet, and it's a bundle that comes with this cool punch that you can punch out the hearts and the leaves, and it has a lot of nice sayings. I love that we are friends for you. I love you with love. Happy Valentine's Day, just wanted to say. And you could say that on a card, and then I love you inside. And then it has these beautiful heart stamps and different ones over here, leaves. And let me just show you, this is a polymer set. So they're see-through, and you can see exactly where you're stamping. Love that. And let me show you what we're making today. We're going to make this cute slider box. It has some chocolate hearts in them, which would be great for Valentine's Day, anniversary, just to show a little love. And I decided to make the hearts into a flower. There's something similar to this inside the new mini catalog that I kind of got the idea from. And then I just decided to make it a box instead of a card. So let's get started. We're going to be using a piece of sweet sorbet, actually 2 pieces. The measurements are 3 3/4 by 8 1/4 and 5 by 6, and we're going to score those in a minute. Then I'm also going to need a long piece of white that I'm going to use when I make the stem, and that's how I made the stem. It's not in the punch, it's just doing it with a marker and cutting it out. Real simple. I have a piece of our new designer paper that goes along with this set, and it's in the suite. It's called Country Gingham. I just loved it because I love gingham. Look at all these colors. They have balmy blue, mint macaron, petal pink, and sweet sorbet. Beautiful spring colors. So it could be blue check on one side, and then on the other it could be the pink, petal pink check on that side. Different gingham patterns. I mean, it's just the coolest set. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 7, wait a minute, 8 of each pattern, which is a lot of paper, and the size is 6 by 6, and that'll also be as a part of this suite. And then there are other things that you can get, like ribbon, and there's some, I think sequins too, which I haven't ordered yet. That'll be in my next order. Anyway, for this though, I don't really need that yet. And then I just have another piece of white paper, white cardstock that I'm going to do for stamping and punching out my hearts. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our stamping first. So I'm going to use a little piece here of my grid paper for stamping. And this is, I'm going to do the heart stamp, and I'm going to use the Sweet Sorbet ink just to match the cardstock that we'll be using in this project. So let's go ahead and ink it up. And I'm going to put it more to the bottom here. And this stamp has sort of a, it's supposed to resist like that. So it has a little bit of a worn look to it. Love it. Okay, I'm going to take that with my punch. Let me cut off that little bit of bottom like that. Too close. There we go. And you're just going to mesh it around until you find that you've got about equal outline of white on each end. I'm going to go ahead and punch that. I don't need these leaves because they're just white. But now I have my 2 hearts. So I'll put those aside. And next I'm going to take my mint macaron, because that's another color that we're using in the paper. And I'm going to go ahead and ink up the leaves. And let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and do that right above it. Let me just cut off this little portion. And again, we'll slide it into our punch, line it up. And when I get it where I want it, let's see. Tilt both the leaves the way I want it, so give me 1 minute. I think that's pretty good. A little bit more there. When I get it where I want it, I kind of hold it tight. Now, if you have a little arthritis and you can't really punch hard, just hold that tight put it down on the table and use your body weight just to push it down. Makes it much easier. So now I have my 2 leaves. And then the last part I'm going to need, and again I'm just going to cut this off, is the For You, which I'm going to use again in the Sweet Sorbet color. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that first. And then I'm going to take just the top part, center it in there. I think that was pretty good. And go ahead and punch, and I have that part done. Okay, now the next part, I'm going to put all these pieces aside. The next part I want to do is I want to make our box. So let's see, I'm going to take the 3 3/4 side by 8. I'm going to bring in my scoring board. And that is this. Let me move this over so you can see the numbers across the top. Okay. And on your scoring tool, you have a smaller side and a larger side. The small side's for your cardstock. The larger side is when you use designer paper so that you don't rip it. Okay, so on the 3 3/4 side, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 1/8, 2 5/8, and 3 1/4, which is, wait a minute, 3 1/4. 3 1/4 right there. Okay, then I'm going to turn it. I'm going to score again on 1/2 inch, 1 1/8, 7 1/8, and 4 1/2. Wait a minute, 7 1/8 and 7 3/4. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Let's go ahead and do our other piece. On the 5 by 6, we're going to take the 5-inch side and we're going to score at 5/8. So let's see, that's 4, 5. 2 1/4, 2 7/8, so 7/8, it's right before the 3, and at 4 1/2. And that's it. If you don't have the scoring tool, it's in the annual catalog. I highly recommend it. I use it a lot for all my scoring. Okay, I'm going to take a bone folder, which is also in our catalog, and I'm just going to fold on all of the scored lines, give it a nice crisp score, especially for boxes. And then this box is going to come around and close like this. So on the smaller, if you can see, there's a larger and then a smaller. I'm going to put some tearing tape on there to close it up. Let me get my Take Your Pick tool. And I have the other side in there, so let me just turn it around. You can have 2 sides to this Take Your Pick tool. There's a sticky side, which is good for picking up sequins. There's also a pointy side and then kind of a spatula side. Okay, and I'm just gonna give it a good crease, go underneath it, and pick off the top layer of my double-sided tape. Okay, then we can, let's see, lay this down and pull this up over. Give it a good crease again, and that's going to be the top part of our slider. Okay, and then let's take our other piece. I'm really excited about this new catalog coming out, and If you need any of those products, I'd like you to please order from me at StampFUNatics.com. I'll send you out a thank you. If you use my host code. If your order's over 150 though, don't use the host code because I want you to enjoy all of the host rewards. Okay, and now if you see, I'm going to be cutting off this one, and this one. So how I'm going to do it is I'm just going to cut up 2 squares on that scored line, and then I'm going to come across and I'm just going to go to the first one and I'm going to cut the whole thing off. So that's the 2. And then this one, I'm only going to cut 1. So it almost looks like a step. And then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And then turn it around and do the same thing on the other side. Put that down a little bit more. And then the same thing here. Now this is what your box should look like. So what I'm going to do is flip in these tabs and I'm going to put a little piece of tearing tape on each tab. So it's going to be strong. It's a box. I want it to hold. So I'm going to go ahead and just add my strong tape. Okay, I'm going to press those down real good. And let's go ahead and remove the tape. And I'm going to bring this up on the sides evenly first, like that. And do the same thing on these sides. Bring up your sides. And then our ends are going to fold in. And then these sides are going to fold down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of my liquid glue, because this I like a little bit of wiggle room. So let's go ahead and add some there and there. I'm going to go ahead and do these 2 sides at the same time. Just hold it for a minute, let it really glue down well. And then I'm going to do this. Oops. Glue on the outside there. There we go. And I'm going to fold it down in there and just press. Give it a minute. And then I'm going to do this side. Go ahead and press that side down, and that's going to be, this isn't dry yet. Okay, that's going to be your box on the bottom. Let's give it 1 more minute. Okay, and let's get a little bit of candy. Now I bought this candy at the Dollar Tree. You can go anywhere you want. I think 4 pieces will fit pretty comfortably in there. And then we're going to slide it in. Now, if you notice, this is our seam, so we want that in the back of the box. So this will be our top. Always put your seams to the back. It just makes the box look finished more. Slide that in, and then we're ready to decorate. So I'm going to take that piece that I cut of our Designer Series paper, and I'm going to go ahead and glue it. And you can get all the measurements over on my blog. Let's go ahead and put that on. Okay. And then we're going to build our flower. Let me get this tape out of here. So I'm going to use some glue dots. There we go. And I'm just going to take one side of my leaf. I'm going to put it on this side of my heart, sort of in the middle. And get the other leaf. Let's kind of push that around and then get that overlapped a little bit, like so. And then for our stem, I'm just taking a piece, let's get that out of there, of white paper. And I'm going to take my green macaron, light mint macaron blender. I'm going to use the pen side. And I'm just going to draw a long line like that. Then all I have to do, I'm going to use, I think, my paper snips for this. And I'm just going to leave a little bit of a white edge and cut this out. And you can make your stems in any color you want. This is just, I'm trying to match this paper. And I'm making my stem pretty long because then I can just always cut off what I don't need. So let's do a little angle there. All right, so I think this is going to be a good size. Let's see. I'm going to take another glue dot and just put it at the top of my stem. And just put that right underneath. And I'm going to add it here, but I'm going to add it with some dimensionals. So I'm just going to use a few on the flower. And maybe a few of the mini dimensionals for my leaf, because they're a little smaller. And I think I'm going to add one right here where our stem is, just as extra reinforcement. Let's go ahead and remove those. And then I'm going to take a little liquid glue for the stem, and I'm just going to run it along the stem. So when I put this down, it can stick. And I think I'm going to bring my flower down to about there. Go ahead and press that down. And I'm going to cut this off just a little shorter. And there you go. Now, the For You, I already did, so I'm going to add some more dimensionals on this one. Let's do one there, and there. I'm going to put that at an angle, right about there, get that glue. And then I'm going to use one more dimensional, I think it'll be a mini dimensional, to pop up one more of my small hearts. And put that right on the corner of this heart, like that. And then I thought a little bling would be pretty too, so I have my red rhinestones. And I'm going to add one right here on this side of the heart, and one at the bottom. And just because I like things in threes, I'm going to go ahead and put one up there. And that's it. Isn't that cute? And look at, here's your slide open and see your chocolates. And they're in a heart shape, just like the hearts that are on your box. So I love it. I hope you'll consider this bundle because it's just amazing. Close this up. And there you go. It's called Country Bouquet, and it's a bundle. So you get both of these for 10% less than if you bought them separately. So make sure you get the bundle number when you're purchasing. Thanks, and if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe. I'll have more things coming in the future with this new catalog. Thanks, and have a great day.